Terrence Crawford. When I see their happy faces smiling back at me. Terrence Crawford. I know there's no one more crooked than the WBC. Where can you go? Y'all don't even know where that's from. All right, let's let the list populate. We got this purse bid situation. I was talking to this guy on Twitter, and it's like, yo, this dude don't want to understand. All that shit you talking about is irrelevant. The Outlaw! Iceman, Timmy Nealon. Ay, Idel, que lo que? Khalif! Khalif, how'd you know that's Seventh Heaven? That's not Seventh Heaven. That's Terrence Crawford. When I see their happy faces smiling back at me. Fuck, I fucked it up. Leo, the Outlaw Seeker. New Country was good. WMA was good. WMMA was good. Khalif. You grew up with, my daughter's obsessed with that show. She loves these old TV shows. So we're going to open up the discussion to talk about this purse bid situation very briefly. I just want to get other people's thoughts. You guys know what my thoughts are. You could can all of that shit that you've been hearing and reading about before because it doesn't matter anymore. If you don't like Bob's price for the fight, your guy Al can put a bid in of his own. And if he doesn't put in a bid, well, you're shit out of luck, and you got to do the price. You got to do the fight at Bob's price. So it's either you're going to do the fight or you're going to pull out. Which one is it? Inquiring minds want to know. I was Goody Bass, Antonio, Melvin, Data, Andrew, Butcher, Onyx was good. It's not a complicated situation. I think that what people are struggling with is that they don't want to hold on. Let me just post this link here so that because some people just like arguing, and I'm like, I don't understand. I don't know what you're confused about. I guess that some people got very comfortable with their narratives, and now this threatens those narratives. I'm not worried about it. I don't have my hopes up. I don't care. The welterweight division is a dud. The best fight the division has to offer right now, that's actually made, is Spence versus 42-year-old, 2 years removed from the sport of boxing, Manny Pacquiao. It's the best fight on the schedule. Hey, Julius, will you keep an eye? Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it. I saw the draw, the Olympic draw sheet. Probably will be a pay-per-view. More than likely, it'll have to be. Because every fighter wants a huge purse, even when they ain't got a belt. This is a win-win. Yeah, I look at it as a win-win. It's a simple situation. If you don't like Bob's price for the fight, then let your people pay for the fight. Problem solved. It's not complicated. Yeah, Kavaliauskas versus Ortiz is a really good fight. I like that fight. I'm not going to be sitting here arguing with motherfuckers about the same old bullshit. Let's see. Porter. Yeah, I know. I saw that why do you think I say I don't have my hopes up? Because I don't have my hopes up. If they make the fight, great. Do I think they're going to make the fight? Fuck, I don't know. JD was good. J Perez was good. PBC might prefer. Shit. Tweet went all the way up. PBC might prefer to wait that his contract with Top Rank finishes. Yeah, they might. Virgil is not ready for TB. Yeah, I don't think he is either. I think he needs more developmental fights. I can imagine Bob telling Crawford to vacate and move up. No, because he'd be in the same situation. That doesn't make sense. I don't know why people are acting like Brian Castano is not a PBC fighter. He's a PBC fighter. The same situation at 147 is the same situation at 154. All the belts is on the PBC side at 154. At least at 147, Bud got the WBO. The best chance I give against I was good, D style. Al will swerve this man. Yeah, I kind of tend to agree with you, Lennox, because they move like they're afraid. They move like they're afraid, like they afraid to pay for shit. Like if your fighter doesn't like how Bob Arum is pricing the fight, okay, then you put in a bid for the fight, Daddy Warbucks. Use your money. Everybody think you the money man, so let's see the money. Same situation with Ugas, man. Ugas gotta want the fight. I have not seen no desire from Ugas to fight Crawford. I'm not saying that he want to fight him. I'm not saying that he don't want to fight him. I'm saying I have not seen nothing from Ugas saying, yeah, I want to unify with Crawford while Errol fights Manny. I haven't seen nothing like that. Do you know when Crawford's is supposed to be up towards the end of the year? This is actually supposed to be the last fight on the contract. Other Porter there is nobody else to really fight for. Yeah, I mean, I got Crawford, man. I got Crawford. I don't believe that uh I think that the PBC has very familiar names at 147, but I don't think any of those guys are on Crawford's level. I don't. I don't think none of them dudes is on his level. I appreciate that, bro. Just saw Sean Porter's deleted tweet. I agree that the PBC doesn't want to. Yeah, I mean, for all the bullshit, for all the stupid ass people you argue with all the time about this kind of stuff, it's simple. Bob, he doesn't. He thinks the fight is worth a certain amount. If you don't agree with that, let the fight go to a purse bid and let your people pay for it. Now, if your people don't pay for it, right? They don't. Then you either got to do the fight at Bob's price or you pull out of the fight. And then we'll see who's ducking what. We'll see who's ducking who. Everybody's hoping that Eddie Hearn pays for the fight, but I mean, that would be great too if he picks up the fight. Why not? So long as it happens. I'm a boxing fan. I don't care about Al Heyman's reputation or Bob's. I don't care about that. I just want to see a fight. But because I know the way this shit is, yo, fuck around, the fight don't even happen and everybody's getting excited for nothing. The same way they got excited for nothing last year when, oh yeah, Keith Fake wanted the Crawford fight. Yeah, fucking right. Yeah, right, bro. You wasn't gonna go straight into that fight without a tune-up, so who the fuck you? Come on, B. Well, everybody got excited last year over that shit, and it didn't result in nothing. I've got faith that Porter will fight. Let's see. Big up base the kid. Everyone, let me put the link in the joint, cause they probably are gonna swerve that shit, Lennox, in all likelihood, because it's like, yo, it's simple. It's really not a complex situation. It's simple. Bob only thinks the fight is worth a certain amount of money. Okay, if it's not worth that, if it's worth more, then let Al pay for the shit. What's the problem? One fighter with Bob, one fighter with Al. Everyone, yeah, it's fucking. I know, bro. Why do you think I'll be saying the shit I'll be saying? That like, yo, it's getting ridiculous over here. It's getting ridiculous. Cats don't want to fight. They want to lose. They got like a poor man's mentality. You got everything on your mind except winning. You should be focused on winning, not but you don't think you're gonna win, so you focus on all the other shit. I was good, Mark.
Was good, man. I'm excited. I think this sports bet's gonna be very interesting. Very interesting.
Not me. I'm sick of it, honestly, because the more I think about it, the more I'm like, they'll probably swerve it, and it's just gonna be more of the same shit.
Who's gonna swerve it?
Porter.
But
really, I'm gonna say really Al Heyman. I ain't even gonna say it's Porter. I'm gonna say it's Al Heyman.
Champions don't put in anything to have mandatories ordered. Challengers do.
That's cool, and we'll see if it results in a fight. If it does, then great. If it results,
I don't think Bob is going to bid on this.
Me neither.
He doesn't have to. I think the PBC will bid, and then my question is going to be: what happens when Crawford's not offered $4 million for a fight? What does he do?
Well, let's put it this way. I think that they have to give Crawford his $4 million. I do think that. Yo, you gotta echo, Andre. I do think that Crawford's gonna get offered his $4 million. And if you're expecting Crawford to fight less than his guarantee, you the one that killed the fight. There's no way around this. You can't expect him to fight for less money than he normally fight for. That just shows how fucking cheap you are. And all that bullshit about all this money you be paying these guys. Understand that the guaranteed purse to Sean Porter, Errol Spence, was $2 million apiece when they fought. It wasn't no gigantic number. It was $2 million apiece. So why would you expect Bob to give you more than that when you ain't even got a fucking belt? It makes no sense.
All right, well, go on, fam.
What do you think?
All right, listen, yeah, fam, I'm upset all around today. Yeah, because just a lot of things going on in boxing. That man's I'm a bit pissed, but I'm gonna keep on topic. Yeah. First and foremost, I don't think this is gonna happen. It's gonna swerve. And without getting into details, I could tell you that man had to go out for a loan for the guarantee for Canelo.
Wow.
So if that fight happens, yeah, that man had to hedge. That man had to hedge a few things to get the guarantee. You get me? Wow. Yeah, we could discuss it off a public forum.
Hold on, Lennox. Champ the shit real quick, because my son is being a jackass and I gotta spank him. I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, but these men, I feel like they're gonna swerve this fight because I'm not certain. Number one, based on the way my guy responded, he had the tweet up, and he deleted it.
Yeah, I'm just what's going on, bro?
What's going on, Andre?
I'm chilling, man. I'm just happy now because I've been going to a lot of different channels that hate on Crawford, and I've just been like, you might say I've been spamming. I've been saying like, listen, now y'all can't blame Crawford because everything is on Porter. Everything.
No, but they still trying to put it on Crawford. Like I just talked to a dude. I just talked to a dude right on Twitter. All he want to talk about is old tweets and Bob this, and I'm like, yo, what is it about this that you don't fucking understand? If Bob is cheap and you don't like the way he's pricing the fight, cool. Let Al pay for the fucking fight then. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. Because if Bob don't think
get me, because this is all perfect. This is all perfect, yeah. Because I said this is all perfect. Because remember, when them men discussed fighting earlier, the issue for Sean Porter was apparently financial, right? So if you don't like the math now, we let it go to purse bids. You get me? And it's not even them days where man them just thought, oh, purse bid will get won by the zone. No, there's other key players. You know what I mean? You could go in there with the hopes that Triller comes up with some of that scam money. You get me? I mean, it's a big fight, yeah? So if money is the issue, obviously, if money is the issue, you're in a position where someone's got a lot of feedback.
Like I'm gonna mute everybody's mic. Go ahead.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Yeah, if money is the issue, yeah, because remember when the man went back and forth last year? Was it last year? And it was basically Sean was like, yeah, you know, Bob's being disrespectful. I'm worth more than that, right?
Mm-hmm.
If money is the issue, you're in a perfect situation, yeah, to bet on yourself. Now, first and foremost, if you're worth more than that, and you're that big of a star, it shouldn't go to purse bid because your guy should put the money up.
Exactly.
You get me?
Exactly.
Like remember when the man were talking purse bid with AJ? Has AJ ever been in the purse bid?
Hell no.
No. So
Hell no.
if you're worth that much, yeah, this is the thing on both sides for Sean. If you're worth that much to your promoter, to your outfit, this should not go to purse bids. A deal should be reached to bring this man across to your platform, right? All they've got to do is guarantee my guy his $3 million, right? That's his guarantee. That's all they got to do is guarantee him his $3 million plus an upside if they want to do it on pay-per-view.
And this no, because the other thing is the split is decided. 60-40 split. 60-40 split of whatever's in the pot. So if you add a little bit more to the pot to appease Sean Porter, the split is the same. 60-40 split. So
that's in the event that you guys don't reach a mutual agreement, right? So you lot can guarantee him his base salary, go to pay-per-view and do a 50-50. The 60-40 is only in the case of a purse bid.
Yeah.
My thing is, what else is Porter going to do? Because he made 1.4 against Sebastian Formello. 1.4 mil.
This is the shit that aggravates me, right? I don't actually give a fuck what they decide to give Porter or they don't decide to give him. My thing is, you got to make sense. If the guaranteed purse to the fighters reported to the commission, right, was $2 million when Porter had a belt, why the fuck you expecting Bob to give you more than that when you ain't got a belt? You don't got a belt anymore. If you cool to unify with Errol at $2 million for him up front and $2 million for you up front, why you getting Hasadiddy with Bob? You ain't even got a belt no more. Do you want to fight or do you not want to fight? It's simple. Because it's a title shot for you. It's an opportunity for you. Yeah, it's an opportunity for Crawford, but it's also an opportunity for you because you need a title shot. Errol's tied up right now. He probably won't give you a rematch. This is your best bet to fight for a title in the near future. So fucking act like it. But if you now hold up. If you all hung up on the purse this and the purse that and the purse this and the purse that, okay, then I know you don't think you're gonna win. Because that's not how you operate when you think you're gonna win. That's a loser mentality that, if I gotta go in there and lose, or I gotta go in there and risk losing, then I want as much money as possible. Not realizing, bro, what are you bringing to the table? Seriously. Even if he don't fight you, yeah, he's a little bit fucked, but so are you. What are you gonna do? Nobody want to see you fight Danny again. Nobody want to see Danny, bro. Only time I want to see Danny is if Tony Harrison or somebody is fucking him up at 154. That's it. I want somebody to knock him out.
If we're keeping it objective, yeah, he said the only hindrance to the fight was the financials. Now there's an avenue for that hurdle to be removed. So there's no reason this fight shouldn't happen.
Exactly.
Right? Because based off everything he said last year, the whole thing was cheap ass Bob, yeah? Well, now all that's out the way. You know what I mean? We can all pray to the gods at Thriller and DAZN for a bid if it comes down to that. And if it goes to bids, Eddie's gonna bid.
Yeah.
Eddie's already said he would sign Crawford if he got out the contract.
Listen.
So this fight, the only way this fight doesn't happen is my man doesn't want it. That's it.
Yeah, I mean that's how I see it. The only way it doesn't happen is, and it's not. This is not biases and agendas. Like I'm sick of them. I'm sick of them cats trying to come up to me and talk to me about this shit when they don't even understand how a purse bid works. Like, don't fucking talk to me if I gotta sit here and explain to you how a purse bid works. Who got it?
Jules, my man in the top right-hand corner, his mic.
All right, I got him. If you don't even know how a purse bid works, if you don't understand that, please do not, because I just talked to a dude on Twitter and I'm like, yo, you must be slow or something. Like, you gotta be slow because it's simple. You think Bob is cheap? Cool, he's cheap. Not the end of the world. Al can bid on the fight. Triller can bid on the fight. DAZN can bid on the fight. So this is a win-win for everybody. The only thing that can stop this fight now is if Sean pulls out. Let it go to a purse bid if you don't like the money that Bob Arum is offering. Let it go to a purse bid. See if Triller will bid on the fight.
Right now it's all speculation. That man got 30 days to sort it out. we'll revisit this in 30 days. That's
Yeah.
the way I feel. Right now, there's a lot of speculation, right? That man got 30 days to do the thing in the boardroom. In 30 days, we'll revisit the issue.
Now let me read this super chat, and then I'm gonna take it over to Base the Kid. Crawford will stop Porter if he accepts the fight. PBC protection boxing community. Fanboys should have room to blame Bud. Fanboys shouldn't have room to blame Bud Crawford, but they will. I got another super chat here. Says, what do you think the chances are of Crawford re-signing with Bob? All right, I'm not going to get too into that, but I do believe that this fight, it's contingent upon what happens with this fight. It is contingent upon that, because I kind of get the sense that Bud doesn't want to be bullied, and that's what they're trying to do. Oh, if you don't do what we want you to, we going to freeze you out the division. You got to do what we want. You got to sign. Like, why I got to sign with y'all? You got motherfuckers over there that don't want to fight each other. Charlo don't want to fight Benavidez. So why the fuck I got to sign to y'all? Nah, I'm good. Base the Kid, what you think about it?
I'm not fully like up to date on everything about the purse bid situation, but they got 30 days to what, the 20th of August, something like that.
They got till August 20th to reach a deal amongst themselves. If they don't reach a deal amongst themselves, then it's going to go to a purse bid, and the fight will go up to the highest bidder. Could be Top Rank, could be PBC, could be Triller, could be DAZN.
Okay, well, I've got a feeling it ain't gonna get resolved in the 30 days. That's one thing I do have a feeling of, because I know already that Porter wants more than what we know Bob is prepared to offer, just based on what he said last time. So I don't think there's a number that Bob can give him that he's gonna accept. But I can see possibly a purse bid, because as you said, it's not just PBC and ESPN. There's other networks that will take that fight, because that is a pretty big fight for them. So
exactly.
I could see that part happening, and I definitely think Porter will take it.
Okay, let me get a Muck in here. I'm gonna get Leo in here. Leo, what do you think? Does this fight happen, or does this fight happen?
I don't know. I really don't know, but I am really happy about all this situation, because I need to see Uncle Al and his offer. I need to see it.
Well, wait a minute. You know it's not going to be Al. It's going to be Tom Brown. But which is why I say Tom Brown is just another way of saying Al Heyman. He'll go to the purse bid. He'll bid on the fight if he's going to bid.
Oh, I want to see that offer now. That's all.
All right. You know what's mad? Yeah, is that we're all basically assuming this is going to purse bids.
Well,
like
to
that's sort of like the energy that everyone's got.
Wait, to Base's point, which I tend to agree with, are you confident that they can settle this amongst themselves? Do you think that Bob can give this guy a number that he will accept?
No, I don't. I'm just saying it's funny that it's a consensus opinion. You get me? That's what I'm saying. I was not debating the point that we're pretty much looking at.
I see what you mean.
Saying it's funny that it's a consensus opinion that it's not like Mandem and go, nah, Bob will sort it or Al will sort it. It's funny that it's just a consensus opinion that these men are gonna fuck about for 30 days and we'll be in another purse bid game.
Yep. Agreed, because that is everywhere I look, purse bid. Nobody's confident that Bob can give this guy a big enough number, because it's like, you know what the thing is too? It's not about sympathizing with Bob. It's about looking at both sides. Bro, you wanted in excess of what you got as a reigning champion up front. You wanted that last year when it wasn't even no audience, when it wasn't really no crowd. You wildin'. So what you gonna want now that there's a crowd? What, 5 million for you? You don't get 5 million on your side. Fuck, you supposed to go over there and get it. It's like, I already know you're gonna make it hard, and your people gonna make it hard. So it's gonna end up going to a purse bid, and shit is gonna get exposed.
It has to be hard, because Sean Porter, let's say PBC fighters send other PBC fighters out on the other side of the street if they don't give a shit about them. But Sean Porter is a little bit different, because if you go with Sean Porter and you have all of these split decisions against all of these fighters, and then you send Sean Porter out of there to top rank and gets his shit beat out, goes he look for you.
Look. They turned Sean Porter into the Walmart George Chivallo. You see what I mean? That's what they got going on. Oh, Sean is the barometer for greatness at 147 pounds. That's how they got him. So he goes over there to this fight. What if he get knocked the fuck out the way he ain't never been knocked the fuck out before? What if he get beat in a way that he ain't never been beat before? What does that do to their brand?
You know what else we're missing? Yeah, that them men are supposed to be mates. Remember, they wouldn't fight initially because they're mates. So if them men are supposed to be mates, this is an opportunity for both of them to get together and go, "Oi, big man, me and you, let's get a bit of this money." So there's really no reason for a pullout. You get me? It's not like there's an animosity or anything. Like Terrence and Sean, remember, if you go back 2 years ago, them men wasn't going to fight each other because they was mates. So now, yeah, if we're all trying to eat, we're mates, fam. Let's push this thing to the bid or whatever it is. Let's both get money. There's really no reason for this not to happen.
Wait a minute. Unless Al is like, look, Sean, I'm gonna give you $3 million to fight Jaron Boots Ennis. Or like it could like Al don't give a fuck about boxing. He give a fuck about PBC. He got guys on his side of the street he might want to build up. Maybe he want to do a Jamal James fight. Maybe he want to do a Jaron Ennis fight. Maybe. All right. So that's why I'm like, look, if nothing else, I don't know if I should expect a fight, but what I do expect is for somebody to get exposed. They're like, yo, dog, like it's an opportunity for you, Sean. Who else you gonna fight for a belt, bro? Errol said he got 2 more fights at 147 pounds. He got 2 of the belts with him. Ugas still got the WBA. Don't nobody want to see a rematch with you and him. I'm sorry, I don't want to see that shit. You like, nah, fuck out of here. Like, I'm not gonna get into an argument about that. I don't want to see a rematch. I don't want to see Danny 2 or Thurman 2. No, I want to see Sean Porter versus Terrence Crawford. That's it. So it's on you. Do you want this fight or do you not want this fight?
You know what I think? I think that like retroactively speaking, I guess I'm gonna say that I think Sean probably will win it because he did say on his podcast a few weeks ago that he hasn't been able to correspond with Crawford like via cell because he hasn't been answering his phone. So when we look at like the past of Sean Porter, we see that he was the first to fight Danny, he was the first to fight Kel, he was the first to fight Thurman, and he was the first to fight Earl. So I'm hoping, it's maybe wishful thinking, but I'm hoping that he's going to take that fight. I'm thinking he will.
I hope, because to me it's not like I know that Sean to fight anybody. Like I feel like I know that he'll fight anybody, but I don't know if Al will let him. That's my thing. I don't know if Al will let him because Al, at the end of the day, the final say is with Al. It ain't with the fighter. They ain't their own bosses. It's with Al. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if we get that fight.
Because look at this. Yeah, how bad does it? Let me paint an analogy. Same reason the man never let Ortiz fight AJ, because AJ trashes this man that was your man's best opponent. How's that look? Now, you know what Sean did to Errol Spence. Sean goes out there against Crawford and gets stopped, which I do believe he fully gets stopped. Not on some 12-round decision thing. My man gets stopped and stopped badly.
I agree.
You get me? What's that make it look like for Spence? You know what I mean? So there's also that angle to think about. Like, fam, you can't risk it because you got a whole narrative that you built around this guy, yeah? If you go out there now, it's like, fam, then that if he gets stopped by Crawford, then the win by Spence doesn't age well.
That's the thing that basically, and I don't want this to turn into a I hate Sean Porter kind of situation, because I actually like Sean Porter. He's a very entertaining fighter to me. So I don't want it to turn into that. But what I mean is that they built so much around him. You know, oh, Keith Thurman's so great because he beat Sean Porter. Or Errol is so great because he beat Sean Porter. And I'm not saying that Sean Porter's a bad fighter, but you're blowing this out of proportion, all right? Errol's resume is thin. I'm sorry. Yes, it is. Brooke and Sean is your best wins.
You don't get no cool points from me for beating that fat lightweight. Besides that, what you did? Passed it Lamont Peterson? You like, yeah, Crawford's welterweight resume is thin, but so is Errol's. You like, what the fuck have you done, bro? All this pound for pound talk, that shit turned my stomach. Like, y'all really got this dude pound for pound for Sean and Brook? That's crazy. Like, y'all crazy.
Raw, you know my thing. Well, you know how I feel about the Brook fight. I'm just like, you know what, fam? That's not a fight I think you would have won if Brook was Brook. But I mean, Big Man, you were losing all the rounds until the orbital bone went. Let's be honest. So, like, I'm not even buying into all that. Like, listen, yeah, and we can look at the energy around you, and we know Wagwan. Because remember, after the Danny Garcia fight, I was telling you, I was like, yo, I saw slippage, and you lot were like, nah. And remember, I was on your live. I was like, watch, Manny's gonna fight this guy because Manny's seeing the same thing that I'm seeing.
Man, listen, man, Manny, like, and I don't.
No, but you remember that live.
I know.
Live. You remember it.
Yeah, I'm saying that I don't knock Manny. You feel me? Like, I don't knock him because it's still a real young guy. So I have no criticisms for Manny at all in this situation. But
no.
I'm not
Nothing
saying
at all.
I'm not saying you do. I'm saying that, in other words, even if he beats Manny, right? Even if he beats him, it's ridiculous to me that the people at Ring Magazine rank him as high as they do. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, y'all really got this dude ahead of a lot of people for Brook and Sean. That's it. For Brook and Sean. Beating
that
Brook
ranking's crazy.
That's nuts, bro. Like, so you telling me all you got to do is beat Kell Brook and Sean Porter, and you in the top 5? Wow.
That's well, nah. You know what? You got the main ingredient. You got to beat those two guys, and you got to be American.
Oh yeah. Oh, you can't forget that. Can't forget, because that's the main ingredient. And Dougie Fisher, and look, I respect them guys because I know they shit. I ain't trying to knock them, but it killed me how Dougie Fisher sit there and try to defend that shit. Like, you seriously defending that shit? All you gotta do is beat Kell Brook and Sean Porter, and that's it. Because to me, those is his most solid wins. Kell Brook, Sean Porter, and don't give me the shit about Lamont Peterson because he was past it. He was over.
Yeah, no, Lamont was already like Lamont's done. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's madness. I'm just annoyed that it's so much turned into so much of a soap opera. Like, look, man, them excited about a potential purse bid.
Exactly.
Not even an actual purse bid. Man, them excited about a potential purse bid. That's madness.
That's how ridiculous. To me, that's how ridiculous the PBC made boxing. That motherfuckers don't even be hyped for fights no more. Motherfuckers be hyped and be talking about everything else except the fucking fights, because the ones, who washing their dishes? Because I'm like, I know I don't hear dishes, B. I'm like, that's where it's at right now, to where we don't really get excited for the fights that, like, it shouldn't have taken this long to make. That's all I'm saying. Crawford versus Porter is a good sized fight. It is, but it's not a mega fight. It's not. And it shouldn't be that hard to make because Crawford has a title and you don't. Nobody wants to see you fight Ugas again, and Errol probably won't give you a rematch. So fighting Crawford is sensible and sensical, and it should be a fairly simple situation. Whoever bids the most, they do the fight. Problem solved.
Yeah, but I like to look at like the Hall of Famers. I know I hear a lot of these people who don't really like know stuff about boxers, who's supposed to be journalists and all that. But you look at Roy Jones and you look at James Toney, and they both were like, man, Terrence Crawford boxes circles around this guy. And it's like, you got to take what they say heavy because they both have illustrious careers, especially James Toney, like, and Roy Jones as well. Not to take nothing away from Roy, but we know James Toney got wins over people like, Michael Nunn when he was like a 2-1 or 3-1 underdog, like, and he was going up beating dudes as a fat middleweight like Evander Holyfield and damn near drawing with Samuel Peterson. So they words really count at the end of the day. Not these dudes who never box, who aren't athletic, who aren't anything. And I think like Spence, he knows that and he listens to that. And I just don't think he can win that fight. Like, that's just what I think.
without the anecdotes, Dre, without the anecdotes, because I really don't want to swear by anything that one person or two people or three people say because they could all be wrong. My thing is his energy. You can't tell me that you get out of bed for Mikey Garcia, but you don't get out of bed for Crawford. The only way that works out is if you're not a competitor. Because when you good at something, whenever you good at something, I don't care what it is, you want to compete. You want to compete. And if the people is telling you, yo, we want to see you fight Crawford, and I see you fighting anybody but Crawford, hey, you're not even a competitor, bro. You don't really want to know. You could go the rest of your life and don't know, because that's how you've been behaving. And that tell me that you're not really a competitor. When you nice at something, I don't care if it's drawing, fighting, making shit, engineering, you competitive by nature. And that dude, you don't act like no competitor when you get up there on the podium. Well, I don't know what he doing here. I don't know what, like, really? I want to go ride my horses. Like, yo, all right, bro. That's okay, okay. I don't got no more energy for this shit.
Oh man, it's jokes. And my man brought up a good analogy. I think if they fight, it's gonna be like, how everyone hyped up Jones versus Tony, and Jones went out there and made easy work of Tony, except that I think Crawford stops him.
Yeah, I agree with that. Even now in his mid-30s, I still feel that way. Like, if it was next, right, I would pick Crawford. Like, I don't believe in this guy, bro. Look, I understand that sometimes an opponent goes into survival mode, and because you can't land a clean shot, you can't stop him. But it was a lightweight in survival mode, not a welterweight in survival mode. You got a little guy, little chubby guy, soft, right? Soft in the body. He not even throwing punches. You feel me? And you can't find the openings to land a good, hard, clean shot, even though, according to CompuBox, you landed over 300 punches. And that dude still had enough energy to pump his fist at the end of every round. Like, I'm going to get that check regardless. I don't got to win. I didn't come here to win. I came here to avoid Vasyl Lomachenko.
But you know what's crazy though? Rocky Martinez dropped Mikey Garcia with a straight right hand at 126 pounds,
I
man.
know.
126.
I know.
Errol couldn't even wobble him.
That's wild to me, and that's why I be saying that. Look, I don't want to act like Spence isn't a good fighter, because that's why I wanted to see the fight, because I thought he was a good fighter. So I still want to see the fight.
You know what's mad? Spence debuted at 154.
You telling me, bro? He debuted as a junior middleweight, and it's like, dog, you going in here with a lightweight. Like, look, put it this way. Simple question. I'm gonna go to Dre first. Does Mikey Garcia see 12 rounds with Jaron Boots Ennis?
Jaron Boots and nah, hell no. The reason why I say hell no is because, like, he's too multi-dimensional. Like, he can fight on the inside, mid-distance, and just those combinations are going to be too quick. Let me just say this real quick. The thing with Errol Spence, why I know why, like, Crawford beat him. The thing with Errol Spence is he's good in that high guard, but a guy like Terrence Crawford can, like, shorten his shots. He can make them long and then shorten them and get around. Jaron Boots Ennis can do the same thing. So, in my opinion, I think Boots blitz Mikey. That's just my opinion.
All right, Lennox, do you think Mikey Garcia would see 12 rounds with Jaron Boots Ennis?
I'm not even going to get into the technicals, right? You know how you've seen pictures of me with heavyweights. I'm 6'1". I've bumped into Boots in the gym. Boots is a big fucking welterweight. So I don't even have to get into anything beyond that. You've seen me in the ring with Otto. Like, I didn't see Boots and go, oh, that's a welterweight. I saw that guy like, this man could make middleweight. So I'm not even going to get into the technicalities of it. It's ugly. You get me? Like,
I'm gonna go to Leo. I'm gonna go to Leo. Leo, does Mikey Garcia see 12 rounds with Jaron Boots Ennis? Jaron hits this guy 300 times. Mikey hears 12.
No. Nope. It's like Mikey. I don't think people give him enough credit for his chin. I think he has a chin, but he gets stopped. He receives too many punches unanswered, without answer, and he gets stopped. in maybe round 9 or 10.
I'm gonna go to Amok now. Amok, do you think Mikey goes 12 with Jaron Boots Ennis?
You can call me crazy, but I think he would go 12 rounds.
No, I don't. I don't. If he see, this is my thing. All right, this is my thing. In that fight, he wasn't throwing. He was just in a high guard. He shelled up. He tried to block as many shots as he can, but essentially, he's not throwing. Now, if that's a Crawford or a Boots Ennis, they're gonna find holes in that guard, or they're
Punch
gonna hit you.
selection.
Yeah, they're gonna
Errol
hit
does
you.
not have the punch selection of these other two fighters. Errol does not have
Errol
the same.
just now. This is what I'm gonna say. Errol, he has a good work rate, good engine, but he just throws. You're not picking these. You're just throwing. A guy like Crawford or a guy like Boots, be like, yo, I'm gonna hit him over here a couple of times to get him worried about this side, get him protecting this side, so I could create an opening on that side. It's the shot selection. I might throw this punch to split the guard. Maybe I hit him with 3 jabs and then I throw an uppercut or some bullshit. But I'm trying to get him to open up because he doesn't want to open up. He's not letting me hit him clean. Errol just kept throwing. He just kept throwing. And Mikey in that high guard, shelling up, can't get nothing clean. And you hit him 300 times. For perspective, Rocky Marciano, not that he's my favorite heavyweight, far from it. But Rocky Marciano was a big enough puncher that even if he hits you on the arms, he's going to hurt you. He's going to hit you in the arms on purpose to get you to drop them shits, all right? Errol, you hit this man 300 times. Over 300 times. He's a fat lightweight. He wasn't no more than that. He's a fat lightweight. So stop it. The power? No. No. Shit, fuck around. Manny's a bigger puncher than he is right now. Manny's 42.
Fam, you get me. I've said this before. I believe Manny's a shot bigger puncher than Errol. Like, I know you lot think I'm chatting madness, but we'll see.
No, I believe it. I believe ahead of the fight. I believe ahead of the fight, Manny's got power on his side and Errol has volume. Go ahead, Dre.
Oh, my bad. I don't know. Call me crazy, but I do think Kell Brook can crack. And Danny got power, like Keith Thurman substantiated that. So what I want to say is, I don't really think that. Do y'all think that Manny can, like, he probably can semi-hurt Earl, but do y'all think he has enough pop to hurt Earl to, like, actually stop him? I just don't see that happening.
No, yeah. I'm gonna say this
let me break this down.
Let me do this. Before the car accident, watch the Sean Porter fight. Sean Porter hurt this guy 2 times. He hurt him with I think it was either a left hook to the temple. I can't remember if it was a right hook or a left hook, but he caught him on the temple with a temple shot. Errol was hurt. You could see it. It ain't hard to see. He hit him to the body and he hurt him. All of that was before the car accident, bro. That was before the Invisalign porcelain veneers. That was before the reconstructive bionic Errol surgery. That was before all of that. Sean can't crack because he be so close to the guy, he can't get leverage on the punch, but he hurt this guy. So if Sean not a big puncher and Manny is, what you think Manny would do to him if he lay in that same way? Be in trouble. I don't know if Manny's a strong closer anymore, though. That's the problem. He hurt Jeff in a fight, but he couldn't close the show.
See, there's 2 types of power. They're just like there's 2 types of hand speed. There's a thudding power, and then there's that quick stinging power. The quick stinging power, that's the shit you get the one-punch knockouts from, because it's a speed into this thing. Those heavy-handed thudding lot. If you shut up, you can make it through those. It's the clean stinging punches, and that's what Manny's got. So in that one stays, Manny's got fast twitch muscles.
You got to echo.
Yeah, but you mentioned something. You mentioned something that was really important about Manny's ability to finish. Like, watching Manny the past few years, like, when he beat Jesse Vargas for the WBO, he dropped Jesse Vargas, hurt him bad, but he couldn't finish him. He hurt Jeff Horn bad in the 9th round, but he didn't finish him. He hurt Broner bad, but couldn't finish him. He hurt Keith Thurman extremely bad, but couldn't finish him. So that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. See, Pacquiao, a lot of his shots is like they're like pretty much straight down the center, and they're fast, but they're usually fast in combination with like his foot rhythm that he doesn't have. And I think Spence, he holds his guard up well enough to pick off those straight shots and to walk forward. That's why I don't really see Manny hurting him. But I could be wrong though.
He'll hurt him. There's two things. Yeah. What's happened is that Manny's gotten a bit more defensively responsible, so he doesn't push the gas the way he used to before he got knocked out by Marquez. And he's gotten older, which age calms you down a bit. Man's just not like, I think he might have lost it. He's still a competitor, might have lost that aggressive young killer instinct, and he's a bit more defensively responsible. Watch his fight after he knocked out. Watch the other Bradley fights. He doesn't go in with the same reckless abandon from when he was just wrecking people. So that's why he's not finishing, because he's a bit more defensively responsible. Even if he hurts you, he's still paying attention to what's coming back. That's what's made the difference in the stoppages.
Yeah, but that speaks to the point that I'm making is I don't really. It would be like a fairy tale, right, for Manny to win at that age. But I don't believe in fairy tales. You see what I mean? I believe he could probably hurt Errol. I do believe he can hurt him. I don't know if he can finish him because he hasn't been finishing these guys. Like, if he would have finished Thurman, then I'd be confident that, yeah, he can finish Errol. Manny hasn't really closed the show in spectacular fashion in years. He hasn't. So finishing Errol's going to give him a lot of countering opportunities because he throws a lot. He does throw a lot. But Manny hasn't been that strong a closer. So,
Yeah. No one's saying Manny's going to stop him. I think that's just a bridge too far.
Yeah.
But Manny hurting him and outboxing him, that is quite in the realm of possibilities.
Now that being said, let's get off the Porter. I mean, let's get off the Errol and Manny shit, because really it's the Porter situation that brought me here, and whether or not people actually feel this fight is going to happen. I'm 50-50. I'm 50-50. I'm like, bro, I don't know if I don't know because I don't care anymore, or I don't know because I don't know. But I'm like, bro, it's 50-50. I see Sean's resume. That's the resume of somebody that fight people, right? But you know what I mean? You wanted money that wasn't even there last year. What the fuck do you want this year? Now that the crowds are coming back.
Here's my thing, my thing is, if it's left to Sean, the fight happens. But we know Sean signed that piece of paper that says he doesn't make his own decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm 50-50, and I'm probably like on the end of where like I wouldn't fault Sean too much if the fight doesn't happen. Just because I know, like, fam, you don't control your career. Despite what you say, you don't really make the decisions for yourself when it comes to who you fight and who you don't fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I'm 50-50. I'm never going to disrespect that man and say man's shook and all that. Yeah, that's not it. But I really and truly 100% believe, the decision's not his.
All right, I'm going to take it over to, who got an echo? I'm going to take it over to Virtuoso. Virtuoso, does this fight happen?
I think so. Being that both Sean and Terrence don't have any viable opponents left, and this is, his Crawford's last fight under his Top Rank contract. So if he's gonna leave after that, at least end it in a bang and give him something, Bob. So
wait a minute, Virtuoso. If the fight happens, if Bob can deliver him this fight, does he leave?
I mean, this is where we're at though, because PBC doesn't share its fighters with Bob in terms of welterweights. So, what choice does he have beyond this?
Yeah, my man can leave, get an advisory deal with Eddie, and travel around Europe making $3 million. They're filling out stadiums.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And put them man in the same situation of like, listen, I don't have a network deal. If you want to make the fight, I'll come over on a 1-fight deal. Like, that's really the trend he's got to do. Like,
but see, this is the thing. Eddie is not a solution for Crawford's Spence situation, for example, because Eddie got long money. But you can't get Charlo to fight Andre, bro. It's the situation.
No, I absolutely. What I'm saying is that he eliminates not necessarily Eddie. I said if he does not re-sign, he eliminates the network deal situation. Yeah, And he could put them in a situation that they're in now. Like, all right, if this is a big money fight, we do it on your platform, your terms. Here's my guarantee. You know,
I guess. But look at the play that Devin is doing, right? The play that Devin's got going on. He's not with the zone on paper right now. So he's free to field offers from a Gervonta Davis, for example. But who is Gervonta Davis looking at? Not Devin Haney, Jojo Diaz.
You know what? I understand the situation, fam. I'm just being optimistic, like blue-eyed, whatever you want to call it. I'm being a bit ridiculous to be like, let's eliminate the obstacles. Yeah, if Bob's an obstacle and ESPN's an obstacle, that's eliminated. It's sort of like the purse bid situation, yeah, because that happens. Now we know who really is not trying to fight and why. You get me?
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna take it over to Box Watch. Box Watch, does this fight happen?
I don't think so, guys. Big up to the chat and all of that, but you know what? I just can't. So much has let me down with the welterweight division lately that I can't see the fight happening. I just can't see it happening. Some reason, like calling a mandatory, don't make nothing. That doesn't mean anything nowadays.
Because man swerve mandatories every day. Man swerve mandatories every day, B.
Come on. Get me. But you do make a good point though, Lennox. I mean, all right. Let's just say I've been looking at it a certain kind of way, because let's look at it like this. Sean Porter. All right, so let's look at it like this. PBC, with their top end fighters, they don't want to share them. Top end fighters don't go any other network. All right, that's what we know. Sean Porter is in that top end category. At the same time, he's fought everybody over there. Everybody, unless he's gonna start fighting Boots and the up and coming dons. And as well, Julius, put some respect on Mikey's name. all of you lot in there. Put some respect on Mikey's name. Vargas couldn't beat Mikey. Does Boots Boots beat up Vargas? We don't know.
Wait, Box Watch. What we were addressing was Errol's punching power. That what I'm saying is he can't be that big a puncher, because I can't see Mikey going 12 with certain guys. Like, I cannot see Mikey hearing the 12th and final bell with Jaron Ennis. No, I don't see that happening.
The reason why I say, sorry to cut you, but the reason why I say we can't even say that right now is because Ennis ain't fought anybody really. And Mikey is not, he's a blown up lightweight, but he's a blown up lightweight with a lot of experience. And your man over there, I can't remember who said it, said he's got a chin. And I agree, he's got a good chin. So he was in survival mode against Errol. Yeah. And I don't rate Errol's power anymore, but I do rate Mikey's chin a lot more, because he was basically in survival mode and he survived.
And you give it
Box Watch, yeah. With all due respect, yeah, I rate my man's chin, but I'm talking. My chat came from this man's ability to pick. Hang on. His ability to pick punches and his sheer size. I pointed out that I've seen my man in the gym. He is a big. That guy's could easily be 154, 160.
Let's stop with the Mikey's chin bullshit, because he didn't get hit clean. He spent
That's
the
what I
whole
said.
fight like
Punch selection. Hang on. All right, Jules. Yeah, man said punch selection. We addressed the fact that Errol punches differently from Crawford and Boots. So he would get hit clean. He would get hit clean against these other two lads.
I had this conversation the other day, right? And it was about Usyk chin, right? And the guy, like, who's the biggest puncher that Usyk fought? Gassiev. Why is that fight not a testament to his chin? Because Gassiev couldn't even fucking throw. He didn't get to throw. So you didn't get hit with shit. Mikey, you spent the whole fight doing this and this. That's it.
That's it. But what I'm listen to what I'm this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
Oh, the first race, right.
Fight. That was his very first fight at welterweight. Very first fight at welterweight. His next fight at welterweight, he wins it. He even dropped Vargas. Boots hasn't had any fights. He hasn't fought Jesse Vargas.
All right, Box Watch. Vargas might be and Vargas is big for welterweight, by the way. But Vargas is a guy who moved up like Mikey. Vargas moved up from 140. He used to fight down there at 140, that guy.
I know. And what you're saying is he's right. He's kind of big for a welterweight. He stood right beside me. I interviewed him. He's a decent sized welterweight.
Now, what do we know? Vargas started off low. Errol started off at junior fucking middleweight. You cannot be this monster puncher. That you this monster. You hit the dude 300 pounds.
I tell you what it is with Errol Spence. In my opinion, yeah, it's shot selection. You guys mentioned it, saying that. And another thing. How are you putting Boots and Bud in the same category? In the same bracket.
No. I'm talking about the ability. I've seen the ability in Boots to open. Everybody don't have it. That you can open the guy up. Crawford has it. Boots has it. Errol don't have it. You just throw. Because he's there and he's in a high guard, you just throw.
Can I say why you can?
Go on, sorry.
Can I say why you can compare Boots and Terrence Crawford, not resume wise and not a skill experience wise, but because I'm from Philly, right? Like I'm from Philly and Boots is from Philly. But the reason why you can kind of make that comparison is because, okay, look, right? Crawford can fight from the righty position in the lefty position on the inside, mid distance, pivoting off while still striking you, right? Jaron Ennins can literally do the same thing. When we see him fight Sergey Lipnitz, he was literally like fighting. He got a good jab about the left hand position. He got a good jab about the right hand position. He can pull counter you from the right hand position. He could pull counter you from the left hand position. He can literally fight the same way out of both stances. So you can make that comparison, bro.
But let me say this box watch. Let me just say this box watch, and I'm gonna pass it to you now. Boots and Mikey have that common opponent in Sergey Lipinets. And you see that Boots was playing with Sergey. Like that's a TV dinner for Boots, bro. That was a real for real fight for Mikey, but that was a TV dinner for Boots. Like he's playing with that guy. So yes, I can put Boots in there with Mikey.
What did Sergey have when Mikey fought him? And what did Sergey have when Boots fought him?
Well,
what was Sergey when Mikey fought him, and what was Sergey when Boots fought him?
He was an unbeaten champion when Mikey fought him, and he was a little motherfucker, like Mikey's a little motherfucker at welterweight, because they some little motherfuckers. For welterweight, some little motherfuckers like 5'6", 5'7", these little motherfuckers. Boots could go up there to middleweight.
But you know something, I'll tell you this.
I have to make a point. Why don't you see these guys from jumping 2 weight classes to fight big punchers? Because it ends very bad. Look what Kell Brook did. It's like Kell Brook was holding up. He never was really hurt, like wobbly or chicken legs, but Gennady Golovkin broke his face.
Stopped him. Stop that.
Changed his career. He just altered his whole career.
It's not a chocolate brownie anymore. It's a nutmeg brownie. It's a cinnamon brownie. It's not a chocolate brownie anymore.
That's what a big puncher, especially if you're moving up in weight. That's a big. That's
what big puncher does.
Exactly.
Look, that's what Canelo did to Khan. That is what Golovkin did to Brook, and that is what Spence did not do to Gershwin. Didn't do it.
What about what Hopkins did to Trinidad?
I'm gonna ask you a question. Imagine if Brook went 12 rounds with Golovkin, bro. They'll have to scrape Brook out the ring with a spatula. He'll be all over the place. He'll be all over the ring.
I mean, look, Boots is gonna get his licks, man. I pay attention to age differential and athleticism, and I think Boots has it, but Golovkin is still just a very extremely hard puncher.
Also, to my points on Boots' size, I believe his next fight is at 160 or 154. Just putting it out there.
That's what I saw. Huh? He posted it on his Instagram. He said, "I'm moving up." Yeah, he said, "I'm moving up," and in the bottom right corner, he said it on his Instagram story. He said, "I'm moving up," and in the bottom right corner, it said 160. So I don't know who he's
He's
That's
tired
wild.
of the diva politics, man. I guess
Charlo,
they're
put him in there with
too
fuck.
caught up in that.
Look, Virtuoso.
He get-
You think Keith was gonna fight that fucking guy? No.
Absolutely
No.
not. Never in a month of Sundays.
No, he tried to act like I never heard of him. Boxing, yo, Lennox, you from you from Harlem, basically. You know, boxing is like Harlem. It's a small world. Everybody knows somebody that knows somebody. How you gonna sit there with a straight face and say, "Yeah, I never heard of him"? You never heard of him?
He's standing right behind you.
I never heard of him. What's his name? Jared Ennis?
You
I
know
never
what's
heard of
funny?
him.
Yeah, you know what's even funnier than that, yeah? Because my man's got sparring partners from Philly, and everyone in Philly in them gyms fights everyone. So, fam, you heard of him, man? You heard of him?
You heard of the Duddy, man.
Nobody in boxing. Nobody like
You're nothing lie.
if we was talking about some off-brand Russian, yo, freses frekatra or all right, you probably
Then you can talk that stuff. Yeah,
you
then you can
talking
say you
about
never
a
heard
dude
of him.
from right here in the U.S. of A. that everybody on your side of the street is talking about. We ain't talking about Dimitrenko Fresenhausen. No, we're not. We're talking about Jared Eaton. You never heard of him from nobody. So you just must have been in a cave the last year.
Cap is real, bro, with this dude.
But quick question to the panel though. I would have loved for Boots to stay at 147, but I want to ask y'all something real quick. Do y'all think Boots moving to 154 or 160 will like mitigate the star factor he has due to the fact that those weight, well, at least 154 doesn't necessarily get a lot of attention?
I think it's a mistake.
No.
I think it's
But
a
we
mistake.
got to see first how he does in
he won't have opponents.
Junior middleweight and middleweight.
Won't have opponents. Who's he gonna fight? Who?
Yeah.
Two. And I'm saying it now. Look, Boots is great and all of that, but Yanni fucking Beck, bro. That dude is gonna run that shit. He's gonna run that shit. He's gonna. He's gonna run that shit.
After Andre.
He's gonna run that shit.
Yeah, he is.
That dude is
He's
bad fucking news for He's bad. Look, I love Andre, right, and all of that. I cut him slack and all of that. If that fight gets ordered, Andre loses that fight. He gets stopped.
Why did he sign with Top Rank? I thought he was better. I thought he'd be a better fit with Matchroom.
Nah, he's in the right place with Top Rank because Top Rank ain't scared to send their top tier talent out if they know they can bring back a belt. They did it with Vosdick. They did it with Ramirez. They'll do it with Yanni. Like, oh, DAZN, you want to do the fight? Cool, y'all pay for the fight. We'll send him to y'all. He'll come back with a belt. Y'all pay for it.
Charlo don't want none of that. I don't think so.
What's that guy name again y'all talking about?
Yanni Beck Alim Kanuli. He was on the undercard of Loma versus Nakatani. He beat the fuck out of my guy, Rob Brandt. It wasn't even competitive. He beat the fuck out of my guy.
Rob Brandt that was starched in a rematch by Murata in like 2 rounds.
I dig that, but remember, we can't talk about Murata. First off, Murata get disrespect. 1, Murata is a gold medalist. 2, Murata don't even got a lot of fights, but look at how he turned it around in the rematch after he got his ass beat. He got his fucking ass beat in that first fight. I'm like, why does he want to fight Rob again? You want to get fucked up again? Nah, he go in there 2 rounds, cleans his clock. So chill.
I wasn't speaking to Murata like he's a bum. I was pretty much saying that Rob Brandt, like, it's been there, done that as far as him already getting like destroyed already. That's already happened. He kind of went more rounds with Yanni Beck. I know he was running, but he still
I'm gonna
went more.
put you like this. The reason I was impressed, is because what Yanni Beck got 10 fights. He got 10 fights, bro. 10. You know what I mean? Like how many fights did Josh Kelly have when he fought Avanesian? How many?
I think
like 8. Yeah, like 8, some shit like that. That's what impressed me about it. That you made the dude quit. You don't even got a lot of fights. You made the dude quit.
Nah, he didn't quit though. What's his name? Bomac pulled him out. Bomac pulled him out. Yeah. You said that in the video, and I was like, nah, fam, but I'm not like trying to, but Bomac did pull him out, and the issue was he just couldn't hurt the kid. Like he was trying his best, stick and move or whatever, but he couldn't put a dent in the kid. Kid didn't respect his powers, so he just kind of walked through him. But Rob was willing to go. He was using his legs. But he was just honestly just getting beat up, and Bomac pulled him out. Bomac
pointed him out a couple rounds before that as well, you know.
Yeah, Bomac wanted to pull him, but Bomac pulled him, and I honestly think he took way too much punishment before getting pulled. He should have been pulled a round or 2 earlier. but that's just me. But you know, I mean, you lot know I'm not one of them lads that likes to see a guy get in there and get beat within an inch of his life. Is that, you know, life changing
No,
shit.
he was right to pull. No, they were right to pull it, and it should have got pulled sooner. My thing is, a guy like Yanni Beck, who top rank, I don't think they'll be afraid to say, like, if a fight gets ordered and the zone wants to do the fight, okay, y'all can have him. He's gonna beat your guy, you know that, right? Charlo, forget it. Charlo move up to 168 before you fight that dude. Like, come on, B. You couldn't knock out Montiel. What you gonna do with this guy? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Golovkin about to retire. He about to retire.
So you have, yeah.
Go ahead.
So I guess you have as much confidence, you know, in Johnny Beck as you did with Jose Ramirez beating Hooker. But I just feel like Yanni Beck is going to have the same adversity as Triple G early in his career.
No, he
like
won't.
low risk, low reward type of business.
Triple G's adversity came from being with a who having a house party?
Hey, me.
Triple G's adversity, a part of it was he was with a crackerjack promoter. Yanni Beck is with a major outfit that has a major platform deal. You see what I mean? So they can position him for the major situations, and if they have to send him out, they will, because they was willing to send out Vosdick, because they was willing to send out Ramirez. They'll send him out because it's like, well, you ain't making that much money for us that you a commodity or something. So yeah, we'll send you out because we know you can win. We know you can win. Go get that belt. Andre got to be careful, man.
I don't know. Y'all make I may be being hyperbolic, but I know Boots, and I don't know him, but I know of his family and like the gyms he trained in. I definitely think that, because people say he doesn't have experience in terms of opponents, but the type of experience he's amassing in those gyms is second to none, and you see it when he performs. I think he has enough to beat Yanni Bang. I just do, because Yanni Bang, he seems to me, and I may be at the risk of me saying this, butchering his name, he kind of seems stiff to me a little bit. He couldn't necessarily cut the ring off that well on Rob Brandt. I'm not saying and of course he has 10 fights, but I think Boots has what it takes to beat that dude, man, because Boots is extremely good on the inside,
now,
and he has power and pop.
I don't think he has it right now. I haven't even seen him at middleweight to make it any assertions. Like I haven't seen him at middleweight. Like I see Yanni Beck stop a guy who has a lot of experience, so I got that as a point of reference. The last time I seen Boots was at welterweight.
Yeah,
I gotta see him at middleweight.
I agree with that. I totally agree with that. I agree with that. I was just asserting it off of like how he look and the experience he's amassing in those gyms. But you have a valid point though.
So
You know what? The
Let me just finish what I
difference
was saying about Boots and Crawford, though. The fact is, yeah, Crawford.
my man's not gonna let this live.
Listen, I rate Boots. Yeah, I rate Boots highly. I can't lie. I also rated Errol Spence, but I could see the flaws in Errol. He doesn't have the shot selection, the cerebral mindset to set things up, to open up another state. And I see Boots doing such things. But come on, bro. Come on. You're saying that he does it and he's like Crawford. Crawford's doing this against guys that are winning Olympic medals, champions, unified champions. He's doing it against
Wait.
Come on.
You're missing
to get there.
Wait.
I rate him.
Let me do this. Let me do this. Look, I'm not telling you, and I mean this. I think Boots has a high ceiling. I don't have it Boots Crawford. Nah. I'm saying the way they fight, they could open you up. Boots can open a guy up because he's a switch hitter. Like, I'm having a little bit of trouble as an orthodox. Let me switch to southpaw. What I see in Errol is you just throw, bro. You're just throwing. I ain't gonna lie. I like how he maintained that little distance to have put something on his punches. I like that he don't be smothering his shit, that he give himself that little bit of room to put something on it. But really, you just throwing, bro. You should have been at least able to knock down Mikey. You couldn't open him up to hit him clean because you just throwing. Crawford would have opened him up. I think Boots. Yeah. Mikey ain't going 12 rounds with Boots, bro. You fucking crazy.
Yeah, I think box watch. My man, I think my man's just missing the subtleties of the argument, innit? I think you're just missing the subtle, like you're looking at the grand picture and you miss the subtleties, the subtle points as man them was making. You get me?
Well said.
I got your subtle points. I did get them. I was just thinking, I know Boots is I rate Boots. Let's not get it twisted. I rate Boots. I was watching Boots before anybody was kind of watching Boots. He's got like 20 odd fights. I was watching him when he was like 15 and all of that. 64 and 40.
Fam, I've seen him get beat by Mr. Once a Year's brother in the Amis. And I've seen him. I watched his Ami run. So now I rate my man, and I'm the first one to tell you, yeah, he's got nothing in the pros to say he's going to do X, Y, Z. You get me? Like Boots is probably the one place where I would use the term eye test. You get me? Other than that, everyone else, man's going to speak on resume.
All right, I got to ask the panel about this guy. It's the guy that Oscar Valdez is about to fight. Conceição, gold medalist, taking on Valdez in September. What are our thoughts on this guy? Start with Lennox.
I haven't seen him. I go take a look. I might have seen him because he's an amateur.
You fucking bastard. I passed it to you because I haven't seen him.
No, fam. Put a picture up. I might have seen him. I might have seen him as an Ami. You know, I'm big on the Olympic thing. Let me see it. Let me see a picture.
Yo, I fucking passed him. That's why I passed him. Like, I ain't seen the motherfucker. I gotta see him because I haven't seen him yet.
That's me, man. I'm not big on amateur boxing.
I'm sorry, I failed you. I failed you, Sensei.
Shit.
I failed you.
Look. It's once again with Boots, it's the subtleties, the devil's in the details, and that's what we're talking about. That I look at Boots as the kind of fighter that if a guy's in survival mode, the way he hit, he can open the guy up. Errol, you're just throwing. And another thing that I want to add that I've said in previous lives, I believe that Errol has been at welterweight too long, and it's sapped his power. I believe that. Because he don't even look like he hurting guys the way he used to. Like when he hurt Bundu, he fucking hurt Bundu, bro.
I mean, what's his regular walk? What's his regular walking rate? Because I guess it kills him to do the weight cuts, you know.
I mean, don't he walk around at 160? 160?
He walks around more than that because he fought 154 or 15, whatever the Ami equivalent of 154 was. So. And you know, Amis don't do that drastic weight cut, which means he's naturally way bigger than a 47 pound.
He said he walks around at 185. He said that.
Bro, he's a bridge away.
That's mad. Yeah, because he's not even near 6 foot. That's my walk around weight.
And I'm a middleweight. Been as high as 195. He said.
Wait, is Errol a bridge away? Can he fight for the bridge away title?
Now y'all know Errol put on a lot of fat though in between. He literally just like chubby though.
So you see how his face puffs up between fights.
Every time Box Watch talk, it sounds like we at a party.
I don't know what's in my background. There's nothing. I'm in the room by myself. I don't know what
no, it's not him. It's not him. I don't think it's. Oh yeah, it might be him.
No, it's Box Watch. It sounds like you next door and your neighbor having a party.
No, because you're right. Because every time I take the mic off, I can see my icon fluttering like I'm saying stuff, and I'm not saying anything. So it's
let me answer this question for Gunner. Hold on. Let me answer this question for Gunner. Gunner, no, it's not finalized yet. It's not official. They're closing in on the fight.
They're waiting for the loan to come in for the guarantee. They're waiting for the bank to approve the loan they need for the guarantee.
Take out a fucking mortgage for Canelo Alvarez. Are they literally taking out a mortgage to have one Canelo Alvarez fight? That's fucking ridiculous, bro.
Hey, listen, I got a theory about how this fight could happen. Tuesday, I was saying Porter is on the upper echelon of the PBC's high bottom line, yeah? But the fact is, yeah, he's fought everybody, so there's no one else for him to fight. I don't think he's going to go up in weight. He's doing all the podcasts, he's doing commentary and stuff. I can see him like segueing into retirement, right? So because of that, I'm thinking maybe, you know what? I might say, you know what? Go and have that fight. Go over there, get your money, have that fight. If you win, you win. If you don't, you know what I mean? You're segueing into retirement anyway, so do your thing. So that fight could possibly happen, man.
Let's be intellectual. We know that Boots is saying he's moving up to 160, so that takes him out of the equation. So that leaves you with Danny, who's going up to 154. I don't think Sean's going to follow him up there. Fat Keith, he might follow Danny up there. Maybe they have a rematch nobody gives a fuck about. It does leave Sean Portier and Terrence Crawford. And to Box Watch's point, which is very true, bro, you fought Broner, you fought Brooke, you fought Danny, you fought Keith, you fought Ugas, you fought Errol. Only motherfucker you ain't fight is Terrence Crawford. Sean Porter is a very well spoken, likable character outside of the ring. He is doing a lot of podcasts. He is doing a lot of commentator work. So maybe he is approaching retirement, and he'll cap, his career off getting the shit beat out of him by Terrence Crawford. Maybe.
Yeah, I see Crawford having his first stoppage. Porter's first stoppage is going to be Terrence Bud Crawford if they fight, in my opinion. Because yes, they're friends and stuff, but I can just tell once Terrence goes through them ropes, you're the devil. He wants to kill you, and that's it.
Yeah, nah. You know what I mean? I'm mates with Otto, and Otto tried to take my kidneys out 2 weeks ago. And we it was just like sparring. It was body sparring. So all that shit goes down. Yeah, you clip a man once. You know what I mean?
Reference to Otto. I want Otto Valine versus the winner of Hellenius versus Kovnowski. I need it.
Ooh, that's a fight.
I need it.
That might happen.
You see, the fact of I've seen him fight two different base styles. So, what does he bring into that fight?
I think he can stop. I think he can stop Kovnowski. I think he can decision Hellenius.
Going forward, being pressure fighter.
Yeah. Because now that we saw what happened, not to say that Robert can't punch. Robert can punch, so let's not. I'm not saying like, oh, you got stopped by a non-punch. It's not that. It's Adams' base style. You throw a lot, bro. You get hit with a clean one while you throwing a lot. You're gonna go out. It's the heavyweight division, bro. It don't take the one clean one to get you out of there. So I don't think it's looking good. I want to ask y'all about that. What do y'all think about that fight?
The rematch that I guess someone asked for.
Who wins that fight? I need opinions.
Sorry, I can see Hellenius keeping the same. Believe me.
There's so much in
that's
this
why.
All right, Virtuoso, who wins that fight?
Hellenius.
You think he beats him again?
Yeah, I think he beats him again. I don't look Kanaki. Look, he's a tough dude, but like, I just look at him and I just say, just no. I'm sorry. I actually wanted look, bro. Look, listen. On the card that was supposed to happen this Saturday, I wanted him to fight F.A. Ajagba, just to see who really is like one of those middle ground type of heavyweight who really comes out on top. But this one I didn't ask for it. We saw what happened.
Hey, Lennox, you seeing the improvements in my man Ajagba? You seeing that shit? Wonderful knockout he got last time. Seeing that shit?
Yeah, that's nice, but he's not even. His passport's still revoked. AJ and Joyce about to fight in this stadium in Lagos.
Hey,
and he's not fighting.
Wait. That's not even. I don't even want to. I'm so looking forward to that fight. I was literally talking about that last week. Like, yo, Joe Joyce, Anthony Joshua. That's a realistic shit for 2022. That's a realistic fight.
Hey, and you heard what my man Joe said, yeah? He's the one that brought the Niger thing out. He said, let's do it in Nigeria. I said, okay, Joe. We went from not knowing anything about this, and now all of a sudden, you want to walk out with Burner Boy.
Now. Tony Yoka, F.A. Jagba. I need it.
F.A. I'm going F.A. because I don't rate Tony at all.
Tony's regret. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Tony was my guy, but it feels like he's regressing. He's stuck over there in France. He's about to fight this guy. What's this? Milas? Like, bro. Like, come on, dog. Like, I don't think the Top Rank signed him. I don't. I think that they were gonna sign him, and then shit fucked up, and then they just left him over there. Because he's not fighting outside of France. He's not. So it is what it is.
Yeah, no, I don't. I like I don't rate Tony. I never rate. And we got. I think the first time we got into it on a live was over Tony.
Oh, but he was more promising than now. I saw the J. Cole fight. I wasn't really impressed in the J. Cole fight. I'm waiting for this Milas fight in September, and I got a feeling, man, like, yo, you just over there in France, just being French, bro. I dig it. I dig it. Like, I dig it. I thought if he would have came over here, I think he would have got better. But I honestly think that he hasn't made a top ranked debut. You feel me? Like, he literally hasn't made it. So I'm like, oh, I guess they not going to sign him because he hasn't fought under the banner yet. That fucking news broke last year that they was going to sign him. He hasn't fought under the banner yet. And it ain't because of travel restrictions. Fucking Inouye came over here, bro. The fucking Maloney brothers is here. They just had a meeting with fucking Bob. Well, I guess they just decided, now we ain't going to sign you, bro.
Nah, well, it's not. It might not be on Top Rank. Tony might not have decided to, make a thing. But think about it here. Yeah, Tony's like a local rapper, fam. He's platinum in his hood.
Yeah.
He doesn't need you.
And then I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at if he could sell a bunch of French tickets. I said French tickets. French tickets. I dig it. Like, get your money, bro. Get your money. I ain't even mad at you. Get your money.
He's selling a load of French tickets, though. Is he?
No, he's been fighting behind closed doors.
Yeah,
But before that, wait. Before that, he was selling tickets, though. Before everything got all fucked up, he was selling tickets, though. He fights on Canal.
Yeah. No, he you get me. Man's got a gold medal. You know what I mean? He's probably got gold medal. You know what I mean? He's doing his thing in his ends. You get me? So
Yeah, I ain't mad
he's
at that
got
shit.
He's got no real motivation. Why come over here and get slapped around potentially on a no audience card?
Yeah, I mean, you gonna come over here and put up with shit from us when you could be over there in France speaking French? Like, I wouldn't come up like fuck the Americans, fuck you.
Yo, because remember what happened to Guido Vianelli in that fight where I believe he lost last year, and they gave him the draw or whatever on one of them top rank.
I was mad that they brought Murata over here to get his ass. Like, why y'all bringing Murata over here if you know this boy is cash money in Japan? Why y'all bringing him over here? So he could take that L? Nah, I'm gonna stay in France, bro. Fuck that. Je ne sais quoi, chicken cordon bleu, cordon bleu. Fuck out of here. I ain't coming over here. For what? So these Americans that disrespect me, talk about my haircut? Fuck yeah. I ain't doing that.
No, I don't think. But
how's he gonna get into a position to fight for a freaking title? Then you need to get your
Hey, Boxwatch. Let's be honest. Yeah, none of the man them are fighting for titles in the next 2 years.
Exactly.
Let's be honest.
Exactly.
Fam, we don't know Wagwan with the WBC. Let's just say the WBC belt doesn't exist. Yeah, if you want a belt, you got to get on the Femi rotation. Like, I'm just
he's not ready. He's not ready for AJ. He's not ready. He's nowhere near. He's nowhere near ready for AJ. I don't know if look. I don't know if he's ready for Dillian. To be real, you're not ready for Dillian. And if you ain't ready for Dillian, you ain't ready for AJ.
Yeah, that's what I'm on, because that's why I was upset earlier. Yeah, where I was like, when I logged on, because I just saw this mad thing, WBC banning British gloves. And I'm like, fam, you lot can't control half the shit that goes on in this thing. Now you want to be like, oh, you can't wear these gloves in our sanctioned fights. You lot need to just suck your mum. The load of you.
WBC ain't shit. Yo, we getting transmissions from 1988. What are the aliens saying, man? When they gonna come, man? Yo, y'all seen that Showtime UFO shit? I gotta watch that shit. That shit look good. That UFO shit that show they about to come out with. Well, it's not a show. It's like a biopic. It's not a biopic. It's like, one of them fucking Showtime specials, man. That shit look all right, man. I gotta watch that shit. I love some UFOs
in outer space.
I gotta watch that shit, man. I love some UFOs. Yo, look, it's going down. B next year they're gonna reveal themselves. So I'm just warning y'all now. All right. I'm hip. I got the foul. I'm in the loop. Next year,
Jeff Bezos is going to start the beef. We're going to be in an intergalactic war.
Bro, that dude, did he really go into space on a giant penis?
Yes.
Like, his shit looked like a giant cock. Out of all the things you could have shaped that shit in, well, maybe he's trying to fuck the universe. Like,
Jeff
let me just
Bezos.
make.
Jeff Bezos spreading STDs across the galaxy.
Oh, that's just madness. But yeah, but back to my man. Yeah, like what I'm saying is that anyone right now who's legitimately got any plans on winning a heavyweight belt, just forget the WBC. Try to get in that rotation for as long as Femi is fighting. Try to get in that rotation and try to see if you could pull a Ruiz one time, because that's the only way.
Oh,
I don't think.
Hergovic is fucked, bro. Does he even have it? Because I just remembered that, okay, Mike pulled out on him. Something was going on. He was supposed to be, I guess, involved in an IBF final eliminator. I heard something like that like 2 weeks ago.
The rumor is that him and Martin might get it on. It's supposed to get it on when Martin gets back, because I know Martin got a lot of heat for that, but my man was in the Congo and doing his thing. So he was just like, yeah, I got to get back to, travel. Basically, I got to get back to Scotland, train or whatever. The rumor is them man will get it sorted and it's going to be Martin. It's going to be number 15 versus number 1 or 2, which is just ridiculous. It like 15 man turned down the fight. You know what I mean?
Because nobody's gonna fight that big hairy motherfucker. Just like that motherfucker got mad hair. Like he got hair on his forehead. Like, ain't nobody can fight no motherfucker like that.
Hergovic is that guy that bad that everyone
it's not no. It's not that he's that good. It's just high risk, low reward. That's really is. They're like, bruh. I'm not, and he is good though. I'm not gonna say I think he's bad. I actually think he's good. I think he has potential to be a threat. And if you're Charles Martin, like a Charles Martin, nah, I'm not fighting that guy. If you're Michael Hunter, nah, I ain't fighting that guy. And that's just gonna keep going. Like, nah, I ain't fighting that. He got too much hair, bro. I said this shit in another live. I ain't gonna fight no motherfucker that walk around with a unibrow. You don't care about shit at all. You don't care about yourself. You can easily shave that shit. Now he walk around one expression. I am I train at Mundo Boxing Gym. I fuck job. I'm not fighting that motherfucker.
Yeah, right. But yeah. No, it's probably going to be him and Martin. Martin's probably going to end up being him and Martin, which is just mad. But yeah, let's just
Blake Murray over here. Like Blake Murray is wild, and like let me block him. Read this super chat. Amen about forgetting about the WBC. Why defend the belt from the Brits? They don't want the Brits to win it. Low key, I really believe that. Even though Fury has it, he's an American-based fighter. You see what I mean? His fights are based in America, even though he's a Brit. I don't think they want the green belt to go to England.
Oh, Box Watch. You know what Fury reminds me of? Yeah, it's like one of the man them that changed schools. Yeah, went to another school and just became a bad man. Whereas man was pressing him and badding him up in his old ends. And he changed schools.
100%. He was a pussy in his first school, went to his next school, and he turned bad boy.
Well, that's what he did. No, but that's what he like Beats is really the one that reminded me of this, because 2015 Fury is not 2021 Fury. Anything goes wrong, mental health. Before, I ain't even going to say it on this channel. I don't want them coming after me, but that was a controversial motherfucker. Like, he was saying shit about everybody. Now everything is mental health, and you can win your fight.
In the UK, he was the most hated.
Yeah, he was the most hated.
UK did not like anything to do with Tyson Fury. He went and beat Klitschko. Nobody cared. Not one bit of. Do you know how UK are about our boxing already? He went and beat Klitschko when Klitschko was Klitschko. Yeah.
Hey, yo, Chu say, Liam Williams got more love coming back from losing to Andre than he got for beating Klitschko.
I swear to God, I seen the parade. 100%. I seen the parade not the parade when he showed up to his block in that car. They was all outside lined up. Fury won that shit. Motherfuckers, all I heard Sunday morning. That's one of the worst fucking fights I ever saw. That was fucking awful. But I gave him his flowers because Klitschko was Klitschko. He was Klitschko. So I got to give him respect. But it's true. He won that fight. No one anywhere gave a fuck. No.
But what I'm saying is, in the UK, any fighter that goes away from the UK and comes back, they get some sort of, they either get big follow them and get some sort of greeting when they come back, or they definitely get a greeting when they come back. Especially if you win, you could lose and still get a greeting when you come back. Tyson Fury beat Klitschko, unified champion, came back. Nobody was there.
Huey probably picked him up from the airport. Huey and
Yo, my man didn't even get love in Manny, and he's from Manny.
that's wild.
He wouldn't put Manny on the map.
If
Manny
you think
didn't give a
about
shit.
it, if you think about it, Sonny Edwards, he got love for the Mid-Lane fight. You know, when Josh Warrington won the IBF, he got love. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Joshua get love. On all levels, you see cats get love. What he did was big. You beat Klitschko. You fucking ended it. It was like it was you ended it. And
Ding dong, the witch is dead.
nobody anywhere on earth gave a shit that you did that. Because that's how much they ain't like you.
It's not even on Earth, fam. In your own ends, the Earth thing's a big thing. You get me? But in your own ends, the man them didn't rate you
because it was a bad fight. Like,
yeah, but that's the point. In your own end, nobody would damn.
It was look. It was that look. And I always say this: when they fought, it was like that car dealership shit. Motherfucker just swinging and motherfuckers getting tied up with each. Like, yo, y'all motherfuckers look wild awkward. Can somebody hit something? What the fuck are y'all doing?
I fell asleep in that fight. Klitschko was beaten before the fight happened, bro. He was beaten from the press conference, from all the build-up stuff. He was just exhausted with him. Like, oh, I can't be bothered with this. He was really just couldn't be bothered with him. Yeah. And that's kind of, I think he just got into his mind and beat him in that sense. But when you watch that fight, I watched that fight live, yeah. Oh my day. You could count the punches per round on one hand.
Hey, but you say Klitschko would have bodied that man in a rematch. That's just me.
Yes.
But
And I 100%
100%
believe that. 100%.
You know, when I saw him fight, Joshua, I was like, yo, where was this Klitschko when he fought Fury?
Well, I mean, look. The thing is, Klitschko didn't get battered in the first Fury fight. He just got out hustled. That's okay. That's why I believe he would have won the rematch, because it ain't like you got beat systematically from pillar to no. He just out hustled you a little bit with the feints, took your right hand away. You didn't land enough clean punches. That's all he did. Klitschko would have won that rematch. He would have. That's the Klitschko that fucking Joshua ended up with, the hungry one. Like, I gotta fuck somebody up. He left. Gotta fuck somebody up.
Got up for that one.
My man had to come back and mash his work for him.
Yeah, like Klitschko was mad. Like, I gotta fuck somebody up. Can somebody bring me a brick? I need to fight a brick.
AJ
the
got
rematch
off from that.
not happening. The rematch not happening. His anger for that, he took it out on AJ. Okay, I got it.
Exactly.
100%.
100%. You can see it.
Listen, he had a hard on for flipping no homo. He had a hard on for flipping Fury ever since that last bell rang. He wanted his guts, bro. He was hungry. He was like, I'm gonna kill this guy. And that, for me, is ultimately why Fury ended up not having the fight. Because that fight could have been made before all of the
look, between the Wild Boar and Martin Sugarfoot and the penis and all that shit. Fury knew, and Klitschko mad. He got a furrowed brow now. He looked like he found the power. I got the power. It was all bad. It was all like, time to retire. I'm mentally unfit. Can't fight. Anyway, gentlemen, I've got to go. I'm going to prepare something for my son to eat. Always a pleasure. See you on the next live.
Bro. Yep.
Peace.